The all-new 2023 Mercedes-Benz EQE SUV proceeds with the brand's walk towards a full electric armada of vehicles and game utes. As per Mercedes Flow Designs, all new vehicle structures are to be only electric from 2025. Benz purchasers will then, at that point, have a completely electric choice to look over for each model. The organization is putting all together more innovative work to accomplish this. The new EQE SUV joins the EQE and EQE cars and EQB and EQS SUV in Mercedes-Benz full electric setup. The EQE SUV is the second completely electric SUV to be founded on the brand's top-notch class electric design, following the EQS SUV. Trim walk? The 5-seater EQE SUV is accessible in 3 trim levels: EQE 350 Plus, EQE 350 4MATIC, and EQE 500 4MATIC. Range fluctuates from 305 in the single-engine EQE 350 Plus, to 269 miles for the double-engine EQE 4MATIC. Key contenders for the EQE SUV incorporate the Audi Q8 e-tron, up to 285 miles of reach, $74,400, and BMW iX, up to 307 miles of reach, $87,100. Outside. The EQS SUV consolidates something very similar one-bow plan language imparted to the EQS. With the EQE SUV, the styling after effects of the taxi-forward plan are not quite so sensational as in the EQE. In any case, this shouldn't imply that the EQE SUV's plan is compromised, as it surely isn't. It basically doesn't shout "I'm an EV" like the EQE. Contingent upon the review point, the EQE SUV can look rough or sumptuous. Front and center, a power outage grille board unit proceeds with the essence of the new age of Mercedes EQ vehicles. A 3-layered grille star is an accessible choice. Driven headlamps are standard, while advanced light is accessible as a choice. Advanced light front lamp modules house 3 strong LEDs, with light refracted by 1.3 million miniature mirrors. Staggeringly, the micro mirror bunches are the size of a grown-up thumbnail. At the edges, flush-fitting entryway handles are standard, while running sheets are discretionary. Entryway boards are profoundly etched, with a raised mid-character line streaming somewhat vertically from front to raise entryways. Contingent upon trim, wheel sizes range from 19 to 21 inches. At the back, a constant drove light strip loans an athletic air. Contingent upon trim, a chrome underguard sits in the dark environmental factors of the lower guard. From stem to harsh, the EQE SUV has been delivered with streamlined highlights that help with productivity and work on generally execution. Consolidate those exceptional air highlights with broad fixing and protection estimates that decrease wind and encompassing commotion, and the outcome is a super peaceful EQE SUV traveler lodge. Inside. Inside, there are no tough affectations. The EQE SUV is all Benz, and that implies full luxury. Contingent upon trim, you are blessed to receive calfskin, piano dark and carbon fiber trim, drove state-of-mind lighting with scores of variety decisions, and the discretionary super noteworthy hyperscreen, which at 55 creeps in width, covers the scramble nearly from one way to another, adding a third OLED screen for the joy of front-seat travelers, considering video web-based or gaming, among different choices. EQE SUV with 55 inches hyperscreen. Slide behind the substantial, cowhide level base controlling wheel, and EQS SUV's presentation likely rings a bell, and out and about, it doesn't dishearten. True to form, a noisy group of extravagance, solace, and comfort highlights are standard or accessible relying upon trim. A warm intensity siphon helps with inside heat. Squander heat from the electric drive, inverter and electric engine, and furthermore the high-voltage battery can be utilized to warm the inside. This definitely decreases the draw on battery power for the warming framework, expanding generally range. Powertrain. Lithium particle battery limit is 90.6 kWh for all trims. A most recent age charging framework sits over the back hub of the EQE SUV. Accusing the battery of an energizing limit of to 9.6 kilowatts can be utilized. A DC quick accusing arrangement of an energizing limit of to 170 kilowatts is standard on all trims, considering 10 to 80% charges in a short time. Level 2 charging from 10 to 100% requires 9.5 hours. 3 charging programs are presented in the EQE SUV: Standard, Home, and Work. Boundaries, for example, flight time, cooling and greatest charge level can be preset. The Home and Work charging projects can be initiated in view of area. This implies that they are turned on consequently when the vehicle is left at a charging point at the positions put away in the framework. US clients get 2 years of reciprocal 30-minute DC quick charging meetings on the Jolt America organization. Well-being and innovation. Mercedes-Benz has an unbelievable history of vehicle tenant well-being, and the EQE SUV intrigues with standard and discretionary high-level driver help security frameworks including dynamic distance help, dynamic path keeping and vulnerable side help, and pre-protected in addition to including pre-safe motivation side effect assurance. Dynamic unpredictable help, dynamic crisis stop assist, dynamic brake help with cross-traffic capability, and dynamic speed cutoff help with traffic sign help are among bunch extra EQE SUV security ascribes. Driving impressions. On smooth and blemished streets in Lisbon, Portugal, the new EQE SUV demonstrated a commendable street entertainer. Speed increase is great, with a 0-60 season of 6.3 seconds for the 350 plus, 6.2 seconds for the 354 Matic, and 4.6 seconds for the 504 Matic. Dealing with is noteworthy. Our test model was furnished with discretionary airmatic air suspension with ADS plus ceaselessly factor damping. Indeed, even on harsh streets across Portugal, the airmatic framework, joined with the EQE SUV's broad sound hosing, conveyed a quiet ride. One more critical choice on our analyzer was back pivot guiding. In stopping or limited road moves, the directing point at the back hub can switch around to 10 degrees. At higher rates, dealing with benefits from a virtual expansion of the wheelbase, and the framework incorporates guiding and brake control making for more exact and stable taking care of at those higher velocities. Because of Eco Help, the EQE SUV offers genuine one-pedal driving, as the Eco Help framework likewise decelerates consequently to a halt when it recognizes vehicles ahead, for instance at traffic signals. Perfect and green. Notwithstanding the brand's forceful walk towards full charge, Mercedes-Benz is likewise moving quickly to turning into a carbon-unbiased automaker. For instance, Mercedes-Benz has consented to buy battery cells fabricated in a CO2 unbiased way. Right around 40% of the steel expected for the EQE SUV body shell comes from reused materials. Various EQE SUV parts are made mostly from reused and sustainable natural substances. These incorporate get handles with plastics from compound reusing, and inside materials produced using a microfiber wool texture comprising of more than 40% reused material.